I think someone needs to start a service that uses Google Earth maps to map out who resides in the houses that you see on Google Earth. So here we have a picture of a neighborhood on Google Earth. You don't know to whom each house belongs. Well, there's probably some public record somewhere, but I think we can make something even better. We need a crowd-sourced service where people log in and post images and names of those who live in these houses, so the visitors to the site can click on an individual house and see the names and pictures of those who reside there. Now, I'm sure the residents themselves are not going to volunteer such a private information about their own selves, but it doesn't matter. Their neighbors and friends will do it for them. For example, when I visit customer houses, I sometimes learn the first and last names of the people who live there. I can also surreptitiously take their pictures via my smartphone. That means I could log into this site and attach these images and names to a certain house. We will all end up posting the data of people we know, rather than volunteering our own data. So if you know who your neighbors are, you can log in and find their house on the map and attach their personal information to it so the whole world can see. So it goes like this. Anyone in the world looks at this site, they click on the house, and they go, oh look, this is a house where the Pace family lives. And here's a house where the Johansson family lives. And so on. Now, this information might not always be accurate since it's crowdsourced. I guess someone could lie and it might not be easy to verify, but it would still be a start toward further destroying people's privacy. But anyway, anyone in the world will be able to go to this Google Earth-like map and click on any house they see that will cause a flag to pop up listing the photos and names of the people who live there, or maybe known to visit there. It'll be a crowdsourced database. So how would you like that? It would also be nice to have websites that provide facial recognition matching, a kind of crowdsourced private database. For example, I videotape a sexy woman in public. To me, she's a stranger. However, there would be a crowdsourced website where people take images of people they know and upload them to the site, along with data like their names and stuff. This site then uses facial recognition to match the face of the person I videotaped against the database of the images on that site. So, you could be living in Oakdale, California. Let's say you go on vacation to Belgium, and you see another American tourist there walk past you, and you catch their face on high-definition video. That person happens to be living outside Atlanta, Georgia. And there's no way you two could have known each other. But now with this site, if that person's face had been uploaded into the database, you can find out who they are. Just like that, you can know the name of any stranger you videotape or take a photo of in the street. So this could allow me to not only learn this woman's name, but her address as well, just because some of her friends might have uploaded a few photos of her on that site without her knowledge and against her will. So take a frame of her face out of my video, upload it to the site, do a facial recognition match. We could have an online service like that. Here's something else no one could have imagined, not without the knowledge that I possess. Thanks to Zach Hubbard's work, I was able to deduce that all large YouTubers with millions of subs are Masonic. Here's an interesting video posted by a YouTuber called Virtually Vain. African rebel terrifies people on Black Ops. So this guy is either voice acting or he's using a soundboard to sound like an African rebel. The character's personality imparts a type of intense, mystical, maybe even sage quality that makes you feel as if an African rebel is superior to boring white people. But that's neither here nor there, although it gives you a clue as to why this video is viral. Anyway, the way the African rebel scares Call of Duty players is that somehow he knows, just by way of the gamer tags, the names of the people behind the gamer tags, and their addresses, And he actually tells these teenagers their names and addresses over the microphone. So, like, these kids will start making fun of the African rebel and how he sounds and start insulting him. The African rebel then demands they apologize, or he will cast voodoo on them. And then he accurately tells these kids their names and where they live. And these kids freak out. How does this guy know? They get so scared they start apologizing to the African rebel for making fun of him or insulting him. So this YouTuber playing the role of an African rebel can somehow find out people's personal information through their Xbox or PlayStation gamer tag. Well, if you know that large YouTubers, popular ones, are all Masonic, and Judeo-Freemasonry has built the amusement park that is America, and you know that the NSA collects every piece of data on the internet, then what is the logical conclusion here? Well, it's quite chilling. Some teenager who is a Masonic YouTuber, whose parents are likely in Freemasonry, and probably highly placed in Freemasonry, this teenager is permitted access into the NSA database, where to him that database is like a toy. He can type any name, any social media account screen name, any gamer tag into it, and all the relevant information will pop up. I bet he logs right into the massive Utah NSA data center, and he can peruse anything on there. Well, at least material that is related only to the dumb goyim, the simple people, who are not any kind of movers or shakers. He is forbidden to use the database to steal people's identity. Not that he needs to, because he is filthy rich anyway, due to being involved in Freemasonry. But for entertainment, for amusement, he can look up any fucking thing he wants about anyone. So, he sees a random license plate on a vehicle somewhere. Well, he can just type it in, he can look it up and find out everything about everyone who is connected to that license plate number. The NSA Data Collection Center records and cross-references everything that passes over the internet. They have all of people's emails, addresses where they live, IP addresses, license plates, and even PlayStation gamer tags. All of that is stored on the servers. And all the data regarding anyone that is in digital form that has ever touched the internet is archived there. So this YouTuber can sit there and play with the database like it's a toy. Some might say, oh, how can they compromise national security like that? They wouldn't allow something like that. That's crazy. Just allowing some kid to use it to look up gamer tags of the kids he's playing Call of Duty with, to scare them by telling them their names and addresses? Well, I have to ask, what national security? The Judeo-Masonry controls the entire globe. And yes, that includes a country like North Korea. All global conflicts are nothing but theater. There is no foreign enemy of any kind that wants to harm America. The war on terror is a Zionist fraud. There is no national security to worry about, other than the goyim waking up to the bullshit that's being perpetrated on them. It is the citizens that are the national security threat. So why shouldn't an NSA database be treated as nothing but a fun toy by some Masonic YouTuber kid who types in a gamer tag and immediately sees all the personal information connected to it, so he can scare other kids while playing Call of Duty, pretending he's an African warlord, using some kind of voodoo to divine that information. This is the reality you're all existing in. You see how deeply I have peered into this rat hole to be able to deduce things like this? Things seemed bad when I have only seen 1% of this rat hole, but I kept going deeper and deeper, discovering more, connecting the dots, and this is where I am now. We're all toys of the tribe. And it's so bad now we have Masonic children goofing around with NSA databases to troll kids on Call of Duty. The NSA data center archives video from traffic cameras at street intersections, and it also archives video and audio from smart speakers like Alexa and Google Home, along with video from Nest security cameras and video doorbells which are connected to the internet via Amazon. They have every Call of Duty match you ever played archived in that NSA data center in Utah. So every online video game match you ever played, they have it archived there. Amazon is a synagogue of Satan Masonic corporation, which is only labeled a private corporation so the masses will trust it. Same with Google. Now the NSA is able to collect video not only from traffic cams, but video doorbells as well. But you might say, if there is a crime, the cops still go and ask the security camera owner to provide the video. Why would they do that if the government has already collected it without the camera owner's knowledge? Well, the answer to that is extremely simple. They can't have people knowing that they're streaming security footage to the fucking NSA, so they have to play that charade as if they don't have the video. They have to play the charade as if they can't crack your cell phone's password. The Masonic Brat who was scaring kids on Call of Duty with his African warlord shtick has also viewed any private security footage from inside those kids' homes if they happen to have any internet-connected Nest and Ring security cameras.